back with Witcher. We're gonna continue the main storyline here, um, which is report back to Regis because we got the saliva from the spotted white. I guess it was her soup, but I guess I don't know. I guess that has her saliva somehow. But yeah, we're gonna go give it back to Regis, see if we can make the concoction. But I'm sure it's not gonna be that easy. So I guess we'll see what happens. Oh, my stomach's not feeling too hot right now. I'll be the first to admit it. Not feeling too hot right now. But here I am recording. Because what's more important than health? Recording for YouTube. That's what's most important. Also, you're up there. Of course you are, pal. Ooh. Boy's got some loot in here. What you got in here, pal? Royal lineages. Royal lineages. Royal, one of the most biography of the vampire Regis from the Quill of Dandelion. Oh, Dandelion wrote this. One of the most extraordinary individuals I have encountered during my numerous adventures at Geralt's side was the vampire known as Regis. To be precise, he was known as Emil Regis Rohelic Terzieff Godfrey. Godfrey? By his own reckoning, he was 428 years old and was the descendant of unfortunate beings trapped in our world during the conjunction of spheres. You are surely thinking, dear reader, about catechins, alps, and other such monsters, and are wondering how it was that the Witcher, who, it must be admitted, is a slayer of monsters, came to keep such company. I must here explain that Regis was a higher vampire, a creature which physically does not differ all that much from a man. Higher vampires are also much more powerful than their wild confreres, and their regenerative abilities significantly outpace those of anything else you have encountered or can even imagine. But it is not because of his outer appearance or inner strengths that Regis became a dear companion. True, he could be pretentious and rather pompous in his frequent length orations, but one would be hard pressed to find in him the haughtiness usually present in higher beings. Regis valued human life dearly and refused to kill unless forced to do so. As he once confessed, higher vampires do not, in fact, need to drink blood at all in order to survive. They treat it somewhat as we treat alcohol. A rough grasp of this dynamic might be given to you by the fact that when we met him, Regis had been abstinent for years, meaning he hadn't drinking blood in years. He never revealed to us why he decided to join our search for Ciri. He had never met her before, nor did he live to see her. He died at Stig Castle during the battle against the mad mage Vilgefortz, who was responsible for the whole affair. He died for a cause which he surely did not fully understand, but he did it to defend those he held dear and simply because it was the right thing to do. I shall always remember him as a rural surgeon reeking of herbs. That is how he came to us during our first encounter at the Fencarn Necropolis, when he treated me and my companions to a fantastic brew he made from mandrake root. Wherever you are, my friend, bottoms up. Jesus, that was a long read. It's a good thing I have water with me. I don't have tea. I haven't drinking tea in a while, so I need to drink some tea soon.
Think your friend's hand will make for a nice broth?
You've clearly honed your sense of humor. But we are not cannibals, Geralt. I took a fragment of tissue from the hand. It will suffice to prepare some resonance.
What did you do with the rest?
I cremated it, as our codex commands. A raven told me you'd acquired the necessary ingredient.
Pretty helpful creatures. Calling them often?
I try not to overdo it, but they can be so useful, as they were now, when I merely needed to be sure I could arrive in time should things go sour.
Managed fine alone, but thanks for the thought. Gonna need much longer to finish brewing resonance? Mentioned the last ingredient, too. What about that?
That, I fear, might prove troublesome. You see, to use the concoction to summon the memories of one, the solution must contain the blood of another specimen of the same species.
Can't she do it,
Shouldn't be a
Regis?
problem. I happen to know a higher vampire who should be willing to help. Right, Regis?
It's not that simple, I'm afraid. While you were away, I tried my damnedest to identify a replacement, but alas, none such
Can't
exists.
you do it, Regis?
Not sure I understand what the problem is. Can't we just draw some of your blood?
The blood must be in an agitated state. As I'm certain you know, higher vampires can change their corporeal shell. As our flesh changes, so does our blood's chemical composition. To make a long story short, I shall need to induce in myself a state of strong psychokinetic arousal. In brief, madness, rabidity. And that stands to be very, very dangerous.
Dangerous? Why? I mean, you'll still be you, right?
True, but I should be highly agitated, in a state of fury. You know better than I that fury cannot be controlled. If you've ever seen an enraged vampire, you know very well that all who find themselves nearby will be in grave danger.
How will we handle that? I'd rather not have you lunge at me, claws extended.
That makes two of us. But worry not. I've thought it through very thoroughly. Details to follow soon.
Yes, sir.
All right, so what do you want to do?
So he needs to
We shall
copy
visit
the state
Teshamutna,
that the
an
hand was
ancient
in.
vampire estate. There we will find cages suspended in the air. I will enter one, be confined. You will lure beasts there. Beasts you will then kill. The bloodletting should prove profuse. Abundant enough so that the blood scent will drive me mad. Wild.
All right. Sounds good.
Teshamutna. What's it like?
It is a place of torment. A torture chamber. Long ago, shortly after we'd arrived in this world, one among us named Kagmar developed such a taste and lust for human blood that in one night he could imbibe
He's an
an
alcoholic.
entire village. This
Blood
brought
alcoholic.
trouble on the
A
entire
walkaholic.
species. Common folk, wearied quickly of living in constant fear, they began to hunt us, seek the aid of mages and witches in tracking us down.
So what? Not like they could ever hope to kill you.
But they were bothersome. Forgive the comparison, but when did you last enjoy mosquitoes buzzing around your head? In any case, the other vampires decided something had to be done. Kagmar had to be caught and punished. A torture chamber was thus outfitted in the dungeons of Teshamutna. Inside it, a cage made entirely of a special alloy of silver, dalvinite, and meteorite steel. Kagmar was captured and locked in the cage. Sat there over 2 centuries, driven to fury time after time, never able to escape. Thus I know the cage will withstand the fury to which we shall drive my humble being.
All right, let's go then.
See no reason to dawdle. Teshamutna. Take me there.
In a moment. Just one last thing.
Again, stomach not cooperating
What
right
was
now.
that?
Blood. Oh, the last favor the Raven did me. I've also taken some Sangurium, a solution that sharpens one's sense of smell. One drop of blood shall smell like a gallon to me now.
You crazy? You're a recovering addict.
Your outrage warms my heart, Geralt, but you must remain calm. I have no choice.
Uh-oh. You okay there, pal?
As things stand, the die is cast. High time we set off for Teshamutna.
Couldn't you do that
My
when
head's
we got there? You didn't have to do it
spinning
right now, I
already, and
don't think.
You're starting to
Also, he
smell
killed the
quite
Raven.
tasty.
That's kind of fucked up.
And you're starting to scare me.
Again, higher vampires, extremely dangerous. Extremely dangerous. Shamutna. Where's this where's this cage? Oh, they're like fucking freaking out. I saw character models teleporting
We
right
have
there.
arrived. The sacrificial chamber of torture and torment lies
Oh,
underground.
it's underground? I thought it was above ground.
Sure you know what you're doing?
I can only hope I do. Please, let's go. The longer we delay, the less control I shall have of my faculties. I'd really prefer not to hurt you.
Thanks, pal. Means a lot. Lead the way.
You lead.
I need to keep an eye on him. Why is there a dead dude there?
Scurvers. Must be getting close to their feeding ground.
Correct. I told you there'd be danger.
Scurvers. What are scurvers? I don't know what scurvers are. Are those a new monster type?
Beyond this wall lies...
An ancient vampire dungeon. Seen a lot of things in my time. Nothing quite like this, though.
I feel
Bat
honored.
dome after
A man with such
the
a
12
wealth
minute
of
mark.
experience, yet I'm about to show him something new. Now, to open it.
How do you open it? Ooh, vampire magic. That's crazy. That's wild, even. Alright,
the hell?
time to follow
It's
Regis.
an ancient form of protection against unwanted guests. The mechanism which releases the latch reacts only to a higher vampire's blood.
Tricky mechanisms. A vampire hideout. Fortified, secured. Must have been important to your species once, Toussaint.
It shall always be so. During the conjunction, the gate from our well into this one opened upon this land and no other. This was
Dragon
the first
scales, what the
place we
fuck?
saw.
Human husbandry and care. This for real?
The author observed humans, their behavior, over the many years he spent breeding them. Morally suspect though it may be, it's a thorough survey of the topic.
This place. There's evil here. Death hangs in the air.
Ooh. Some special
Yes.
armor. Let's see what's going on in here. Ooh, hello. It's not as good as my armor, but, you know, looks cool, I guess. It looks cool, I guess. I think I got a new sword. Yeah, it's not as good, but that's okay.